Okay, and hi. Well, this is another day, and today we've sort of kept pretty local. We've had a drive over towards Looe, which is towards the east of the coast, but ended up in Charlestown. So this is a town where I used to live. Since Hostel's further up the road, which was my my sort of hometown for some time. So yeah, I've just come down to Charlestown. It's a bit of a harbour. They store a load of old-fashioned ships here that are used as film props, such like the Pirates of the Caribbean and things like that. So I've just done a little bit of drone footage around the area. So I'm just waiting for sunset. Now, because obviously this is on the south coast, sunset is behind us there. So I'm just going to be focused on the sea and the rocks over this this way here. So there's quite a lot of rock formation from this side. So I'm just going to see what I can get here. Not sure what sort of image I'll get, but no doubt I'll get something from this area. We came here on Sunday just to do a few sort of test shots and just sort of see what the place has to offer from a photography point of view, because when I used to live down here I had no interest in photography really. Yeah, so sort of seeing it through a photographer's eye is a little bit different. Right, let's head over these slippy, slimy rocks. I've sent Sarah off to get me a coffee, so she's busy in the coffee shop now spending some money, and yeah, I'm going to set up for a composition and see what I can get. Right, come and join me. So I've set up for quite a simple composition here, just with the rocks in the water, just as foreground interest, and then the cliffs over in the background. The sky's started to change a little bit now, a little bit of colour in the sky, so that should add to something in the image. But yeah, it's an image I took the other day, just with the way the light is now, just makes it a little bit more a stronger image really. So yeah, that's what I'm focusing on. The tide's slowly coming in, so just got to be a little bit careful that I don't get cut off by the rocks. But yeah, this whole area around here is just very rocky. A couple of sort of little islands where the rocks are sort of jutting out the sea that you can climb onto, and then we've got the main rock in the distance there as well. So yeah, just a case of seeing what sort of images we can get and what sort of compositions. But when I was here on Sunday, I noticed that there was so much to be had in this location. Just beautiful, beautiful location. You've got the port in the background there. And then obviously the rocks and the coastline and everything else, it just all seems to work. So it's certainly quite a good place to come if you're new into photography, or looking for something a little bit different. So currently I'm just focusing on the sea stack I've got in the distance here. So there's a nice leading line, natural leading line of the way the water sort of runs through. Sorry, the waves are just crashing up behind me. The way the water runs through up towards where the sea stack is. Nearly. So as the waves crash in front of me here on the rocks, it's causing quite a nice bit of foam. Now once the sun starts to drop and it starts to get a little bit darker, I'll be able to get the shutter speed down a little bit longer, hoping for around about a second long exposure. And with the way the sky looks as if it could possibly light up behind, could make for quite a nice image. So that's ideally what I'm looking for, a second long exposure with these waves crashing into the rocks just in front of me here, with this sort of natural little current as it wraps around the rocks, with the sea stack in the distance. Should make for a good image, but we'll see what it looks like in a little bit. Just a case of waiting at the minute, and it shouldn't be that long. Now Sarah's just come back with a coffee, so quick coffee, back to it, and we'll see what we get by the end of this. Right, coffee time. Fantastic place to come round, so peaceful, so relaxing, and just, oh, it's just gorgeous. It is really gorgeous. Even if you're not a photographer, and even if you're just coming for a bit of a break, it's fantastic. So like I say, I'm in Charlestown now, which is just on the outskirts of St Austell. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Can't beat it. So you can probably hear in the distance the sound of the rushing water. From here, it looks amazing, but there's loads of steps. And when you're carrying all the gear, like I am, whew, makes you for harder work. But yeah, it looks like it could be well worth it. There's only a couple of people here as well, so I suggest coming midweek is probably a bonus. Well, I've taken a few images from that location now, just heading back to the car. The weather looks like it's closing back in again. The only problem with here is it's very misty, even in brilliant sunshine, because of the force of the water that comes through the gap, the hole of the waterfall. But yeah, well and truly worth it. A bit of a challenge. You're constantly wiping the lens down to make sure you've got plenty of dry lens cloths to wipe the front of the lens. But yeah, fantastic place, great bunch of people. Met a few people in the cafe that are all photographers, etc. Usual swapping of Instagram. But yeah, really quite good. Recommend it, definitely. Worth the walk. No good if you've got children with you or prams. And there's a bit of a hike up around, but absolutely well and truly worth the effort. Well, another day, another location. Today you join me at Wheel Coats, just on the north side of Cornwall, not far away from New Quay, and we're going to head down towards St Ives later on this afternoon. It's currently midday and I'm just taking a bit of an image just of the old tin mine remains of a building, really. Yeah, just a bit of a quick shot. Quite a windy day today, so I'm sort of taking refuge behind these banks here. But yeah, just trying to get an image, just have a long exposure with to try and smooth the water out. It's quite rough seas, and obviously with the movement of the clouds as well, to try and just get the streaks across. So I'm currently doing around about a 45 second to a 50 second exposure, with the filters on the lead, big stopper, and then also a 6 stop grad on there as well, just to really give a bit of drama to the sky. Images look as if they're working out okay. There are patches of sunlight that burst through as I'm doing the long exposure, and that just tends to just blur the highlights out a little bit. But yeah, hoping it should be quite a decent image on this one. If it is, I'll pop it up on the screen now. Yeah, a bit of a flying stop this area before we head off, and yeah, go for some more coffee and some more cream teas. I tell you what, I've not had as many cream teas in my life as I have this week. Oh, I'm sure I'm going to put on a stone, but well and truly worth it. I think when I get back I'll be doing a little bit of running. So I'm currently taking cover just on the cliff face by Godrevy lighthouse, just in the distance, just out to sea there. The wind is absolutely horrendous. It has been all day, but it's been great for the drama, certainly in the sea. The waves are splashing up against the rocks in the foreground, and then we've got the sea splashing around on the rocks in by the lighthouse as well. So I'm just waiting for sunset to happen now. Hopefully it should be quite a good one. There's quite a bit of cloud cover, but enough to break through for the sun just to light the sky up. So hopefully it should be one for a bit of drama. I'm absolutely exhausted. This wind and fresh air and everything is just absolutely battered me all day today. We've had a lovely drive along the north coast. We're just by St Ives now. St Ives is over in the distance just behind you guys now. I'm not going to head into there. This is where my final location of today is going to be. So I'm just taking a number of different shots. I've got the filter on the front. I've got the graduated filter just to darken the sky a little bit. I've done some long exposures with the 10-stop leaf filter on the front of it as well. So yeah, a bit of variation. I'm just sort of moving around this cliff edge, just sort of see what I can get. But I've just come down here to talk to you guys and give you an update really what's going on. Come to Lizard Point today, and it's been quite a horrendous day really, certainly for photography. Bright light and really strong winds, but the sunset is planning to be quite a good one. So just waiting down here now, taking refuge again from the wind. The wind is whisking all over this, the sea's so rough. But yeah, just trying to get the last image of this holiday. We're driving back home tomorrow, so yeah, this is really the last image of this week in Cornwall. So like I say, we're at Lizard Point, just overlooking the old boathouse, the old lifeboat house here. So yeah, just sort of seeing what we can get here. There's quite a lot of cloud coming across, so when the sun sets, we might just be able to get that image of a decent sunset. With with high winds as well, it's really making the sea quite rough. It's quite a challenge standing here alone, just sort of taking the images, but hopefully should be well and truly worth it. Add a little bit of drama into each of the images. So yeah, we'll see what we've got, and yeah, hopefully it should be good. I'm going to stay put in this location here. I was tempted to go up to the top and get a shot looking down from the boathouse, but I think this will just be right with the rocks in the background, and then obviously the main subject being the boathouse, and then some of the foreground interest, the rocks of this path here. So yeah, we'll see what we get, and yeah, go from there. Oh, naked though. Well, that looks like it from Cornwall. I think I've done everything I can in this week to post on this vlog. All the photography I've done this week, it's been so enjoyable. Such an amazing place. Travel back tomorrow. We're going to leave Cornwall around about 10 o'clock in the morning and then head back up to the northwest. But my gosh, what a place Cornwall's been. I've said at the beginning of the vlog where I used to live here. I used to come here as a child. I grew up here basically, and to come back and revisit it as a photographer, yeah, I'm left speechless. It's actually quite an emotional thing for me to be here, experiencing it with Sarah. Not that you've seen much of Sarah on the vlog, but yeah, to be here with my partner and to enjoy it and to sort of relive that childhood. When I was here, on the first couple of days I was here, I visited my old house, my old school and things. I didn't really feel a lot of attachment to it, but now I do. It's strange, and on a lot of holidays, by the time you get to the end of it, you get a little bit tired, you're a little bit worn out, and you think, yeah, I wouldn't mind getting home now, sort of getting into your own bed. But I think Cornwall, and Sarah will vouch for me on this, it's very different. We don't really want to go back, and yeah, I think it's certainly touched our hearts in more than we expected, really. I think so. Yeah, it's quite a bit of an emotional time to be leaving, but yeah, life must go on, I guess, and yeah, we'll see where the next vlog gets us and where I sort of end up next, really. So I guess to say, from Cornwall on this amazing week, little adventure, this travelling round, loads of miles, loads of photography, loads of vlogging, loads of drone footage and everything else, it's probably time to say goodbye, and yeah, see you again soon, and I promise the next vlog will be out sooner than it's taken for this vlog to be published. So see you guys again real soon. Enjoy, and give us your thumbs up, subscribe, do the usual YouTubing things, and I'll see you soon. Take care now, bye bye.